from the banking world and blackberries. Anybody have a blackberry? We all did. Put your hand up. Don't be shy. Everybody misses that little tracking ball, right? 100%. Apple sucks when you're old. No, I'm just joking. You can do a lot of things with Apple. You can like serve dishes and shit. But anyway, but that blackberry, that little ball, oh, that was golden. That's golden, Jerry. Okay, Chef Des, so what are you going to be preparing for the judges today?
So I'm a French trained chef, so I definitely want to bring my French technique to my dish. But as you can see, Asian, so I want to bring my Asian influence. So I have this dish that I've cooked for my restaurant before. It's called Tie Me Up, T-H-A-I, Tie Me Up. It's a tom yum inspired bouillabaisse. And I'm gonna steam the lobster with oyster, garlic butter, so kind of like the Cantonese style of steaming lobster. So hopefully they'll all work together.
Tie me up, I like it. I like it. Could we have some rope at station 3? Some rope at station 3, please? All right, so Chef Des, when we get going, so we're gonna get Thai-inspired dishes, and that's something that we found with the first 6 competitors, and you were in the crowd watching the first 6 competitors, how they really brought their culture to the forefront in their cooking, and it's really amazing to see, again, going back to the creativity that they have. Oh, she's getting ready to put the arm up, aren't you? Oh, 2 minutes, oh, we're good, yeah, so.
Yeah, no, all the chefs definitely cook from their heart, right? Cook from what they know and cook from their culture. So it's really good. And the methods and things that they come up with using Prince Bernard and shellfish is quite brilliant. You know, a lot of these people are landlocked and don't have the access to a lot of these beautiful products. So they're definitely taking their A game today. Yeah.
Let's have a moment of silence for these 2 lobster I'm about to murder.
Anybody that's ever had lobster that's been poached in garlic butter, they're okay with the murdering that's going to take place here very soon. And so are the judges. I don't know where you go after that. I mean, we just had a moment of silence. So we've got some Thai twist on French cooking. So they're French Thais, not French. Thank you. Like 2 people. Thank you for being here. Mom and Nana, thanks for showing up, helping me out here. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so we're under 1 minute now. We've got, so that means that the first chef, like, by the time we count Des in, they're already going to be 10 minutes in and have 35 minutes left. Chef, Michael's still in good humor.
He's
so
pumped.
Okay?
He's pumped down here.
Here we go. All right, so we've got 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds, and we're all going to count them in very vigorously, very loud. We got to get Des all pumped up here. You can tell she's very shy and reserved.
Am I?
Yeah, a little bit. And count her in 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chef Des, turn on that Garland induction cooker and away you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, we're gonna meet a wonderful chef who's no stranger to this kitchen. He was here last year. Let's draw your attention to the monitors and meet chef number 4 in Heat 2.
Hi, I'm Chef Kyle Pottester from Mobile, Newfoundland. I'm the executive chef and owner of Fork Restaurant. And if I won the $10,000, I'd add a second story to my shed.
So for those of you, how many folks have been to this competition last year? Anybody? A few people have? Anybody brand new to this competition? A couple of you? Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, a whole room full of virgins. This is so exciting for me right now. Chef Kyle is the reigning champion, ladies and gentlemen. Last year's winner. And last year, when I asked Chef Kyle, I said, Kyle, you're from Newfoundland. If you win this competition, what are you going to do? He said, geez, my son, I'm going to build myself a shed. So this year, he's going to put a second story onto that shed if he ends up winning it. He is going to have the best shed in all of Newfoundland. I'll guarantee you that. So, Kyle, welcome back. Are you going to replicate any of your dishes that won you this last year, or are you shooting from the hip and coming with a new creation?
All new creations. It's kind of hard for me this year because most people are on their first dish. I'm on my fourth using the same pantry, so it's getting kind of hard, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but you can create a lot of wonderful things with PEI Shellfish. So what are you going to be creating today?
I'm going to do a lobster tail glaze with aromatic infused, like oyster kind of sauce glaze. I'm going to do a potato souffle, palm souffle. That's going to be the crab and lobster mousse. We're going to do a smoked mussel and clam salad with celery leaf, some pickled shallot. There's going to be a little herb salad. There's going to be not buttermilk, but like a sour cream type sauce with garlic and kaffir and cilantro lime oil and smoked Greek oil.
You only have 45 minutes, eh?
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of shit in the plate for 45 minutes, isn't it? What? I mean, a lot of wonderful tasting creations on that dish. A lot of shit in the plate. That's PEI-ism coming out on me. Sorry.
We call it components, okay?
Oh, components, yes.
Yeah.
Chef, not chef. Chef, not chef. All right, so you have a lot of components you're putting together in 45 minutes. We certainly wish you the best of luck. I know all the rest of the competitors are cheering for you because you have 10 grand and they got nothing but a good time, and I'd say some memories, but they were out with one of our esteemed judges. I'm not going to mention who it was, and they might not have memories because we're just that hospitable here on PEI. Memories sometimes get blank. All right, Chef Irwin, speaking of judges, why don't we meet our judges?
Okay, our judges for today, just so I can see. We have Chef Mark Singson from Vancouver, BC. Chef Mark, welcome to be here. You're hopefully going to do a great job in the judging. You've been on Top Chef Season 6, and I'm sure you know what you're looking for. We also have Chef Corbin Tomaseski from Toronto, chef owner of Corbin Catering and Foods, and he's been here all weekend during the Feast and Frolic, and he'll be here all weekend. You saw him doing demos. He's definitely qualified for the job. Thank you for coming. And we also have Chef Natalie Rosen from Halifax. She's chef and co-owner of Fawn Restaurant, and she's very dedicated in using local products and ingredients. So thank you, chefs, for coming.
What is it? 35? All right, folks, so we're 30 seconds away from our fourth chef from going in. So when we get to the 10-second mark, when you see Sharon's arm, everybody start counting down from 10, and we'll get him cooking, and then we'll go meet competitor number 5 and Chef O'Shea in 10,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. All the way from Newfoundland, owner, operator, and executive chef of Fork Restaurant, back to defend his title, ladies and gentlemen, Chef Kyle Puttester. You want me on this side, all right?
Hi, I'm Chef O'Shea Lally. I am from Delaware, USA. I am a private chef to celebrities. And what I would do with this $10,000, I want to do something nice with my family, a nice family vacation, and just relax for a few days.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've watched the video. Now we get to meet the legend himself in person, Chef O'Shea Lally. And Chef O'Shea, why don't you tell the folks where you're from?
I'm from Delaware, USA.
Delaware, USA. Now being the lone American up on stage, how do you feel your chances are, sirs? Just between you and me.
I think I got it.
I like it. I like the confidence. I like the confidence. Now you're a chef and you're a caterer in your own in your own company, and you've cooked for some very prominent people, including Mr. Mike Tyson and Joe Biden. How'd you come about getting those gigs to cook for those folks?
They're just connections. Other celebrities would, give me recommendations, and it just went from there.
So when I'm telling people to go to McDonald's, same thing, right?
No, not at all.
No. So what are you going to be preparing for the judges today, Chef?
Well, I want to try to stay in the PEI vein, so I'm going to do a seafood chowder, but I'm going to elevate it and add some different elements, and I'm going to deconstruct it as well. So there's going to be some surprises in there. Then we're going to move over to New York and do a little Manhattan as well.
Nice. Oh, I'm excited to see what's happening there. Hey.
New York and Canada, New York and Canada.
It's not the Cubs, but I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So you've competed in Hell's Kitchen season 21. What kind of an experience was that?
Amazing, amazing. It's a ride.
So is it as intense as it looks on television, or is it worse?
It's worse. And everything is real. It's absolutely worse.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, real.
Nothing staged. And a lot of times, folks, when we're watching at home, we kind of think how much of that is produced, how much is staged, right? But you're saying it's all straight from the...
It's all real. It's all real. Chef Ramsay, he has no script. He goes on complete improv, so it's all real.
Yeah, same as me. Only he's a lot smarter and knows what he's doing. Kind of the same, but a little bit different. All right. So, Chef O'Shea, I was watching you, stalking you, they call it, but anyway, on Instagram, because you're posting some videos of your flight coming up here and stuff, and walking on the tarmac and things. Tell us about your trip. Is this your first time to PEI?
Yes, first time at PEI. Wonderful. The trip was cool. Flight got delayed a few times, but other than that, everything was wonderful. Beautiful people here.
Yeah, and not only in my looks, like we're genuine and nice too.
Absolutely.
Thanks, I'll give you $20 later. Canadian though, so that's like $6 US.
Don't forget. Don't forget.
Yeah. I am calling you, sir, the size of you. I'll give you $20. That's all. Just don't hurt me. That's all. So whereabouts is Newcastle?
It's not too far. It's about 20 minutes from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
So not too far at all.
Nice. So there was a young man from here who played in Philadelphia, was a fan favorite, a gentleman by the name of Zach McEwen. He was kind of the tough guy fighter for the Philadelphia Flyers. Heck of a player. So we brought him back to Canada. We got sick of him beating up on all the Americans.
Awesome, awesome. Glad.
So now, are you a hockey fan?
No, I don't watch it, actually.
Jesus, we're done here.
I love hockey.
Yeah, that's my boy, Blue. All right, so we're gonna have to get you into hockey. It's a lot better than baseball. If you get a hangnail, you're not on the disabled list for 10 days, so it's good. You can get a punch in the face in hockey and you hit the next shift. No, I'm just joking. So what's the dish that you're gonna be creating for the judges today, did you say? Now, I know you said that you're deconstructing, but like what's deconstructing?
Just a couple of surprises. Just gonna mix it up a little bit.
See, I was trying to get the surprises out of them. That's why I asked again. All right, so we're about 20 seconds away from getting you to start cooking, Chef. And you have your sous chef. Sharon's going to put her arm up here in 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chef O'Shea, best of luck to you, my friend. All right, Chef Irwin. So we've got some stuff happening down there on the first table. We're going to be coming to you in just a moment. We're going to get ready, though, first before we do that, and we're going to meet our sixth and final competitor. So, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the monitors, and let's watch the promo video for our sixth and final competitor.
Hi, I'm Chef Salvatore Seminario, currently living here, Prince Edward Island, in the beautiful St. Peter's Bay. I'm working at Misa Nordic Spa under Chef Seth Shaw, and we're creating some really cool food. If I win the $10,000, I think we're going to try and take our cannolis mainstream at Holy Cannoli PEI.
Nice. Nice. All right. So, you're at the newly opened Misa Nordic Spa. For the folks that haven't been to PEI before, why don't you tell them a little bit about that place?
Well, Misa Nordic Spa is located in beautiful St. Peter's Bay in the eastern part of the island. It's a stunning, picturesque like a postcard. I mean, I love it so much that my wife and I, we live there. And I think one thing that the spa is really focusing on is the wellness aspect. And in an ever-changing industry, I think it's nice to be part of a team that's really mainstreaming it and leading the new way on how, just how kitchens should be run. We give our blood, sweat, and tears every single day when we make food. And at the end of the day, through that food, we really want to just tell a story. And that story comes from the farmers, and then it comes from us as cooks. We're all cooks first. We want to make good food for the paying guests, and that's what we do.
So the fishermen and women and the farmers, I mean, they give you the script, and you just got to put it in order. And that's really what it's all about at the end of the day, right? Like you're making some of these dishes, ladies and gentlemen, now might sound cliche or corny, but they really are making poetry with what they're doing. And folks eat with their eyes first. Presentation and how we make the plate look, it's an integral part of what we do as well.
Yeah, it's one thing too when you really look at the farm to table aspect. Coming to Prince Edward Island back in 2018, I've done my fair share of the farm to table. And if there's one thing that you really take from it is all those ingredients, and it sounds super cliche, but they all start from somewhere. They start from a seed. Even these large agriculture operations, guess what? They still got to plant all the carrots, all the potatoes, all the leeks, et cetera, et cetera. And you have all the men and women that are out there in the ocean that are, whether they're harvesting oysters or they're going to get that halibut. I think it's really special to be at a place where the norm is farm to table, where the norm is go to your neighbor, borrow a couple eggs, and it's really nice to be in a place that's really just welcoming.
Absolutely. For those of you folks, as he said, it's on the North Shore in the eastern part of PEI. Absolutely gorgeous. Please go check it out if you get the chance to, whether you're an islander or whether you're come from away and you're just visiting us. Make sure you check it out. Now, you were on Food Network's Fire Masters. You came second in that. What kind of experience was that?
I think it was very interesting. When we filmed that, I was a little bit younger. I think I was 22 or 23. It's really funny when you're overlooked in a lot of these things, you really just come from behind and sneak up on people. And I really kept it simple. I just stick to my guns and stick to my roots. There's no smoke and mirrors. But I think it's just really important to look at what we're actually cooking and then just pay respect to it, make it look good. And in that competition, the running joke is thank you, Milton, when he gave me the peanut butter and jelly. But hey, all the power to Milton. So.
That's awesome. And you're also placed third in the Restaurants Canada cooking competition. Much the same as this, or was it a black box event where you didn't know what you were using?
For the most part, they gave us a kind of a script of what we're going to be doing. They gave us a similar outline of set ingredients that we had to use. There was black box day of. I went up against some three really good competitors. Some of them are actually here today. 45 minutes, it's not long, but that's the way she goes, right? So
you just got to roll with the punches. So, ladies and gentlemen, Chef Salvatore, we're going to get ready to count them in. Chef Sharon has just given me the green light that we're ready to get rolling on with our last competitor in 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, that's our final. Chef Salvatore Seminario. All right, Chef Irwin, let's start all the way at the back. We've got 5 chefs already going. We got our 6th chef just started, but our first chef, Chef Irwin, what has he got on the go here?
Chef Michael is not wasting any time. He's been going frantic since he begun. Just witnessed him breading some croquettes, which are usually a potato bounds mixture of anything you can come up with. He's using crab and lobster, and it's breaded in first flour, then an egg wash, and then panko or breadcrumbs. So he has those prepared. He's got a reduction going on here on the stove, and now he's working on some vegetable components, fennel and red pepper.
Speaking of those stoves, those are induction burners. They're Garland induction burners, real-time cooking system, and you can set it at any temperature you want. Real-time temperature control systems, and it will hold that temperature throughout your cooking process. Absolute magnificent pieces of equipment. And Garland Canada, part of the well-built family of companies, is in every kitchen from coast to coast, whether you're in Canada or throughout the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. Garland is a staple in all industrial kitchens and even in some home kitchens now. It's not unlikely to find one of these induction burners in a home kitchen. They're great. They're so quick, instant on, instant off, and they don't take up a lot of space, but they do everything much any stovetop would do. So Chef Now here is, she cooked off some lobster tail, every bits of the lobster really, some mussels and whatnot, but she strained out the broth that came from that, so that'll be a very intense flavor with all the shellfish in there. Should be delicious.
And we talked about the real-time temperature control systems, those induction burner units. But we also have this magnificent piece of equipment at the back. I don't want to touch it in case I shut something off. But it's the Convotherm Max Pro convection oven. And nobody used it in the first round except for warming plates. But it's here for their use, as all the equipment is. But Chef O'Shea has put his lobster in it at the back here.
It's extremely versatile. It's called a combi oven, so it means combination of any types of cooking methods you like. So you can have 100% steam or 100% dry heat or any combination in between. They're extremely smart. They have a lot of pre-programs and things like that. You can put it in, probe it, shut the door, walk away, don't have to worry about a thing. It'll let you know when it's cooked. It's a very versatile piece of equipment and high technology for sure.
I feel like Vanna White here. Hi, Stevie. How are you, buddy? There's Stevie on the other side of the camera. He's wonderful. Stevie and I do a lot of things together, from these competitions to hockey games. So good seeing you again, brother. And Stevie's son is going to be performing tonight as the drummer in the Tragically Hip tribute band Fabulously Rich. So are you going to be on the camera for that show? Nice. A lot of shots of the boy, won't there be? Yeah, absolutely. All right, Chef Irwin, let's check out Chef Des. What's she doing here that you can see so far?
Oh.
Poaching the clams in the broth, but I put a cheesecloth over it, so later I can just lift it straight up, and I don't have to waste time fishing.
Okay, so she's poaching the clams in a cheesecloth. She's going to extract that liquor that comes out of those clams. It's going to go back into the pot, into the broth, but she'll be able to pull up those clams and the shells without needing to dig them out, whatever. She'll be able to just pull them right out.
Isn't that an incredible, ingenious use of time?
Time saving is very important in this type of competition.
Right.
Because time management, they've got 45 minutes and they start from scratch. And those last 5 minutes when you start the plate, they go by like crazy.
And I'd just like to point out that Chef Des is doing something here that a lot of people make the mistake and do it at home. Whenever they're cooking lobster, people sometimes make the mistake when they're market lobsters. Here in the Maritimes, whenever you're fishing lobster and you take them out of the trap, if they exceed a certain size, they're considered a market lobster, and the smaller ones are called canner lobsters. But the market lobsters get bands put on the claws. And sometimes people will take the lobster from wherever they purchase it from, and they'll throw that lobster right in the pot to steam it or whatever with the band still on it. Do not do that. Do not do that. It kind of gives a little bit of a sour taste into the lobster, so just snip that band off, and you'll be good to go. You can thank me later for it. You can. Yeah. I'm a giver. Yeah. So 15 minutes, Chef Irwin, for Chef 1, all the way down the back.
Hey,
Chef Michael.
Like I said, that time goes by. How you make it out, Chef Michael?
I'm pretty good, yeah. I feel like I'm ahead of schedule right now.
Oh, he's boasting he's ahead. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
What did he say?
Confident, that's the key. He's confident.
I love how energetic he is. He almost should be an aerobics teacher or something, right? Like he could be the head of a spin class.
Oh, for sure. Chef Now is extracting the mussel out of the mussel. the meat out of the lobster, and we're not sure what she's doing with them yet, but we're going to find out soon. She earlier just poached off or blanched some soba noodles, so definitely an Asian twist there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the monitors, if you will, and we'll check out a message from one of our sponsors. It's Canada's Smartest Kitchen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we saw that Chef Des, she was steaming some clams in that broth for the added flavor, not only from the clam juice to come back into the broth, but the flavor of the broth to get infused into the clams as well.
Oh, that's it. It's layering all those flavors, taking all those things from the scratch and just keep adding and adding and adding, and just a multitude of flavors. So now she's got raw lobster tails. They're cut in half. And she's applying a butter.
Garlic butter. It looks
butter,
like a
chef?
garlic butter.
A garlic oyster butter. Okay, that sounds delicious.
Wow. Incredible use of ingredients and flavors, Chef.
These are possibly going to be pan-seared or oven-roasted. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's just going to be steamed.
Steamed, okay.
And I'm single.
And she's single. Who's got a BlackBerry? Huh? She's into that. And apparently she's into being tied up, so she said earlier. Anyway, it's a family show, so we're going to move on down because she's got sharp knives. And
look, Rob, some onion rings.
Yeah. All right, so what do we got happening here, Chef Irwin? Looks like
I can't say
potato
for
rings.
certain. Could be potato rings.
Yeah,
I didn't see him prepare those. It is potato. Okay. Yes, you got it. And he has some poached lobster, like perhaps not fully cooked, but he has some poached and ready to go for the next step.
And that's one of the things that people make the mistake of with not only seafood, shellfish, seafood, is that when you overcook it, it becomes very tough, very chewy, where these are partially cooked, right? Almost like a steak rare, right? And it's so tender and so juicy, and the flavors are really enhanced.
Yeah, when you just do the par blanching of like shellfish like this, like lobster, all you're doing is basically separating that membrane between the meat and the shell to make the extraction much easier. But then you can, chill it down in that shocking and ice water, and then further cook it later, like butter poaching or things like that.
And you see the lobster now. If we shift over to Stevie's camera, we can see the lobster because they're straight. Do you notice how straight they are? So for those non-chefs who want to be foodies and you have some people coming over the house for a presentation, just put like a skewer or something all the way the length of the lobster tail to keep it straight when it's cooking. Too often we just throw the pot in it, and that's okay too. But that's why the lobster tail comes out and it's curled, because it's curled in the shell. But if you straighten that shell out and don't let it curl up in the cooking process, then your lobster will stay poker straight, just as Chef Kyle's are.
Oh, that's correct.
All right, Chef Irwin, let's move down now to Chef O'Shea, see what he's got on the go.
Okay. He's got some water boiling. It must have been some blanching. Potatoes, Chef? Okay.
He's got a puree going at the back here.
Seafood going on here.
Steaming some clams and mussels in the back. The lobsters were done in the oven, steamed in the Max Pro oven. Nice. You got all the components are happening here. All right, so what we talked about earlier, ladies and gentlemen, whenever the camera guy gets gets down here, Chef Michael is warming the plates up. Whenever the camera guy gets down, if you can come in and have a look. We talked about how when you cook the lobster tail and you leave the lobster tail, you don't straighten it out. Well, that's your end result. You get that lobster tail that's curled compared to the lobster tail that's straight. Doesn't taste any different, but what we get when we do that, ladies and gentlemen, is we just get different options for presentation whenever you have guests coming over to the house. So where's Chef Irwin go? Chef Irwin's there. How are we getting along? Chef Michael's getting
about
really
an
close.
8.5 for Chef Michael, first competitor.
Yeah, he's got 8.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Chef Salvatore is feverishly working. He's got some cucumber there. I'm not sure what's happening at the back, Chef Irwin.
He grated some cucumber. He's got it in cheesecloth now. He's probably extracting the juice, right? There's a lot of water and juice in the cucumber. He could be making a fritter with it. Latke, I don't know, I'm not sure. Dumpling. Oh, he's making tzatziki. Hey, tzatziki.
Tzatziki,
Cucumber,
nice.
yogurt, garlic, lemon, delicious.
What is it in tzatziki?
Tzatziki.
Yeah, how do you make it though?
Grated cucumber,
Yeah.
Greek yogurt, some minced garlic, salt, pepper, lemon juice. Boom. Yeah.
I didn't know it was that easy.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm gonna make?
You can salt the cucumber after it's grated and put it in a strainer to let that water drip out. It's a little bit of a longer process, so in 45 minutes, he just squeezed the juice out with a cheesecloth.
Okay, that makes complete sense. All right, so we'll head back and we'll check on Chef Michael, who's frantically working at the back. Chef Now is here. I'm gonna get out of her way. Pretty agile for a fat guy, aren't I? Not bad, eh? All right, so we got 7 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. He already has his plates out. Was down at one of the ovens. He was warming them up. And part of that technique, warming them up, is, you know, although it's kind of warm in the tent here, plates get quite cool. So whenever you place your finished product on it, it's going to bring the temperature down of your cooked ingredients very quickly. So all that the chefs are trying to do when they warm the plates up is make sure that the food that's being served to the judges is at its optimal temperature.
Yeah, one of the first steps as a judge, and I've judged numerous competitions, is usually you do touch the plate and see if the chef has warmed the plate to keep that food warm, yeah.
Everything in my power not to grab one of those balls that he's got made there, but he's only got 4, so I'm going to leave it.
They're counted, Rob, you better not, yeah.
The what?
Counted? Yeah.
Oh, they're counted. Yeah. All right, so he's putting a sauce on the plate, Chef.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He did have a broth.
It's oyster sous vide.
Oyster sous vide, yeah, okay.
I'm using all 5 shellfish.
He's using all 5 shellfish. I think that's the first
Right.
competitor today.
It is. So every chef in the first heat, they get up to 5. They have to use 3. They get 5 to pick from, but they can use as many as they want, but they have to have 3, and this is the first one to use all 5.
Yes.
So hats off to Chef Michael in stepping up his game and adding to that element. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all this fresh food fresh seafood and beautiful produce that we're seeing, it wouldn't be possible without our good friends at Cisco taking it right to the restaurants from coast to coast. So please direct your eyes to the monitor, and let's have a word from our sponsor, Cisco. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we have just over 4 minutes left now for Chef Michael to finish plating and bring his wonderful creation and his interpretation of the PEI shellfish that he was given and bring it over to the judges.
Yeah, he just put his croquette on there that has the lobster and crab inside, and then he's used some of the liquor from the steaming of the mussels and stuff like that, reduced it down, added a little bit of ingredients, bound it with some butter, kind of like a beurre blanc, and that's gone on the plate now.
And the butter is, as you said it earlier, Chef, from the dairy farmers of Canada, I mean, in seafood and in all cooking, the wonderful creams, the butter. But when we're talking about PEI lobster, and we're talking about, there's no better match for PEI lobster than butter.
No, it has
all the components.
It's just a natural match, right? That the butter fat added to the shellfish, especially lobster, it just like gives you that umami flavor, and it's just delicious.
How much time do I got?
All right, so we're at 3 minutes for Chef Michael.
So he's put down like a fresh mussel salad with some fennel, red pepper. He's drizzling on a green puree reduction, not sure. Looking good.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Chef now has got some zucchini. She's used a mandolin, nice thin slices. I'm suspecting she's going to use that as a vessel to roll something in.
And we have Chef Des. She's got some stuff in the oven. It's being steamed, so I can't really see what it is in there. But
oh, and she just took the pot away from me. I can't.
well, that's that beautiful broth that she had going earlier.
Yeah, okay.
Smells amazing.
Oh, we've got some fire in the back here.
Chef Kyle found a block of hash. And he's got a, oh, no, sorry. Sometimes inside words come out. Chef Kyle is smoking some,
Yeah, he's smoking. He must have.
some stuff. He's going to get that smoke rolling.
Yep.
He's going to put a pan over to cover it
Infuse
to
that
capture.
smoke flavor into one of the components.
Chef O'Shea has got some potato medallion there.
Yeah, he's pan.
Now he's roasting. He's got some leeks cut into, he just cut leek discs, and now he's roasting them in the oven.
Okay.
A great use of the ovens in this section of the competition. And how's Salvatore doing down there, Chef?
I smell vinegar. Yeah, he's got lots of different seeds in there, mustard seeds, fennel seeds, that kind of thing, some red onion, and he's pickling some beautiful shellfish here. He's got soft shell clams, looks like some, or quahogs rather. Okay, and the mussels are going in there, beautiful.
So what kind of time do we have left? You got a minute left, but his hands are up in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Michael is finished with time to spare. Now, let me point this out. Some chefs, calm, cool, excellent time management, and a clean station. That's what we have here. Not that it's any worse, but some people are frantically trying to get the last components onto the plate because of how they manage their time. They need every last second. Chef Michael, we're going to let you serve early. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our first competitor in heat number 2, Chef Michael Hochschild. That's amazing. Chef Michael is done. We've got some potato ball in the oven. And once Chef Michael has presented, we're going to turn the mic over to him, Michael. And why don't you describe your dishes for the judge?
Yeah, so I used all 5 types of shellfish here. To start, we have a lobster and crab and goat cheese fritter. It's almost like a croquette in a way. I fried it. Then we have an oyster soubise. It's got the classic onion. I just added some oyster, steamed it, and blended it. Then we have mussels and clams that have been steamed in white wine, smoked paprika, and different aromatics. I then strained it. I used that broth, and I kind of made like a beurre blanc by emulsifying it with a little bit of butter. And then we have a tarragon oil. We also have a little salad that's been tossed in a mustard and red wine vinaigrette with a little bit of shallot. That's been added with the mussels and clams that I previously used, so I used that in 2 different applications. Then I added some fennel, red pepper, and radish to that little salad there, and it's really good if you kind of mix it all together, but I know the judges are probably going to try them all individually too, so hope you guys enjoy, and thank you everyone for having us and your warm hospitality here on the island.
Thank you, Chef. Well done.
All right, so we got some lemon rind being put into a mixture there from Chef Kyle. Chef Des is cutting those lobster up that, and again, perfectly cooked, right? They're not overcooked, little opaque in there, so we then finish it off with the rest of the dish. And you're completely right with Chef Now.
Chef Now is good.
Making those rolls. 3 minutes, Chef Now, 3 minutes.
Okay, she's got the soba noodles inside the zucchini rolls. The zucchini was cured with salt. That's what softened it, almost like cooked it without heat.
Very interesting. So we just got over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes remaining. She's plating at the back, so she's kind of keeping it as a secret from us. I get that. I would too. Chef Des is putting some fresh lime.
Squeezing fresh lime juice into her broth. Acid really helps to make flavors pop.
Oh, absolutely. Folks, and I'm not sure if we mentioned it, but Chef Des is single, if anybody's interested. She talked about that earlier. She mentioned it, actually. Oh, you got some coconut milk. Using some of the fats. Oh, that's beautiful.
So that I like to put my acid and fish sauce at the end, so I keep them fresh, so you can get the fresh taste, and the coconut milk at the end. So for like a Thai green curry, you want to put the coconut milk first, but for a tom yum, I like to put it at the end.
Oh, very nice. And that's what the darker liquid was the fish sauce that you added to that? Nice. Chef Kyle's got
Kyle, okay,
star
he's
anise
got
in there.
star anise, some garlic, cloves.
Folks, it's amazing that when you look and you're watching some of the chefs create, oh, Stevie found a way to get down back, and now 1 minute left, and Chef Now is doing her plating, and Stevie was able to finagle a way to get back, so you folks can see the amazing dish that she is preparing for us. My goodness, there's a lot of components by all these chefs. It truly is magnificent and something to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for them all. These folks are phenomenal, the talent they have. 25 seconds, so let's get ready to count her down. Ladies and gentlemen, and when we hit 0, hands come up. We cannot add any more ingredients, but she can wipe the plate. 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hands up, chef. So no more components. She is allowed to wipe the plate to enhance presentation. That is well within the rules. Chef Michael is cleaning up his station. And that's CAYG, clean as you go. It's important in every kitchen right across the country. I mean, that's how these chefs are able to compete at such a high level in this kind of stress. They have to keep their working environment clean, Chef Irwin.
Yeah, for sure. Time management is not only the only thing in competition. Organization is huge. And if you have an organized workstation and an organized plan, that's key. Because if you're scrambling, the wheels will come off the track for sure.
So Chef now has presented her plates to the judges. So Chef Irwin, if we can turn the mic over to her and she can describe her plates for the judges.
I want you to explain to the crowd and the judges what you've created.
I made for you a Japanese soba roll with zucchini. In the sauce, there's garlic, ginger, shiitake, and of course my secret ingredient, soy sauce. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chef. Well done. So Chef Daz here now is starting to build her plates. So it's a kind of it's like a classical French bouillabaisse. She's putting her shells with the mussels, the clams inside before putting broth and the finishing touches inside. Three minutes, Chef.
So we've got some really interesting components over here at the back. Chef Salvatore, he has potato that he made into discs, and he's got them seared on each side. So when you look at them quickly, they look like a scallop. Really neat presentation. And then Chef O'Shea made his own fish stock and then added it to a broth that he made at the back. I'm not exactly sure what that is. We're going to find out, though, in a couple of minutes. We have the roasted leek back here. Chef Irwin, he's got some double smoked bacon.
Okay.
Got it all on the go.
I think that's the first time I saw bacon today, but that goes well with so many things.
Chef Kyle has got...
There's a reduction going on here.
2,700 of his 3,500 components.
Some mussels and clams in a marinade with some...
And we've got plating happening here with Chef Des. She's putting some of those beautiful shellfish. We got 2 minutes left. Chef, those look like chanterelles, are they?
Oh, I wish. Budget.
Budget.
It's actually shiitake mushroom.
Shiitake mushroom. So Chef Hans always used to bring the chanterelles, didn't he? He'd pick them himself, right? Bring them in. But
There's potatoes that have been scooped out with a melon baller type thing to get
Melon
that round
baller.
shape.
so again, looking like pearls, very nice.
And she has a very unique presentation on the lobster claw. She's kind of cut out part of the claw, leaving the meat inside, giving the guests an opportunity to pick it up and pull it out themselves, which is beautiful.
Kind of playing peekaboo. Plus, that shell will be used as a vessel, like a spoon for that broth. It'll be beautiful. So she's under 1 minute now, Chef Des. She's got that beautifully steamed lobster tail with the garlic and oyster butter that was on there. Very interesting. Chef Kyle's got some oysters going. So folks, we're at right around 25 seconds now. Just finishing off the plate, making it pretty. And get ready to count her down, folks, because we're going to be at the 10-second mark very shortly. When Sharon puts that arm up, she'll have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the flex for good measure. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Vancouver, Chef Des Lowe. And yes, you can wipe the plate. All right, so Chef Des is going to present her plates. Chef Kevin is taking over the remainder of the plates. And Chef Des, if you want to grab the mic and you can...
Please explain to the judges and the crowd what you've created.
What?
Just explain to them what you've created.
Sorry, brain freeze. Okay. So the dish executed the way I want it. Literally just infused with a lot of fresh ingredients. I showcased 4. So it's mussels, clams, lobster, and the oyster is in the butter. And I like it acidic. So I just like to cook what I eat, and this is a good representation of myself.
You have to be proud of that. That's great. So you use 4 shellfish in your dish. Great. Thank you, Chef.
Congratulations, Chef Des. That was awesome.
Okay, so Chef Kyle now, he has his lobster tail laid out on the plate. He's putting his mussel, I'll call it a mussel salad of sorts. He's just trying to find his ingredients here.
Then he's got a piping bag.
Out of all of the chefs here, Chef Kyle certainly understands what's at stake.
3 minutes.
So we'll leave him alone for the last few minutes.
All right, so Chef Guile is frantically plating. Chef O'Shea is way ahead of the game here. Salvatore has got a lot of components on the go. I love it. And that's the amazing thing what these chefs do, as Chef Salvatore just said, trying to push the boundary a little bit. As chefs, that's what they do on a daily basis, creating some of these wonderful dishes, and they are pushing the boundaries, not only of flavor, but pushing their own personal boundaries to see what they can come up with. So where are we at for time, Sharon? Just under 2 minutes. Sal's gals, I love it. I love it.
So now Chef Kyle is putting on orange segments with some fresh flat leaf parsley, quite a few different herbs, I think, some dill, maybe a fennel fronds, cilantro, I'm not sure. We've got some celery. One minute now, Chef Kyle.
All right, so we got 1 minute left now for competitor number 4. Chef Shea has 6 minutes left. Okay, folks, let's get, where are we at, Sharon? 30 seconds, Chef Kyle. Fifteen seconds, folks. Let's get ready to count them down in 10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
and he's done. Congratulations, Chef Kyle. Round 2, year 2, back to defend his title. Is this going to be the plate that does it? We shall find out.
Yeah, give that one over. Not too.
So now Chef Kyle is just looking over his plates,
Got a little over
trying to
5.
determine which one's going to be his display plate, as well as the proper presentation.
Okay, Chef Kyle, give our judges and our crowd a little indication of what they're about to try.
So it's a lobster tail that's been glazed in like a fish and oyster sauce. There's a little herb salad there with orange segments. And then there's a smoked mussel and clam salad there with herbs, celery, shallot. It's been smoked in like the onion peel. It's been smoked with onion peels and celery leaf. And then there's a sour cream sauce there that has some lemon in it, some salt. And then there's a kaffir lime and cilantro oil and then smoked paprika oil.
Wow.
Thank you, Chef. Well done.
So, Chef Irwin, coming back to our fifth competitor, joining us from Delaware in the United States, and we sure are glad that he was able to join us. He was telling me that the orangish color, that cream, that's his twist on the Manhattan that he made right there on his plate.
Okay.
And what's the oil you're putting on now?
It's a garlic and dill oil.
Garlic and dill oil. Oh my goodness. I guess it would be a little pop, Chef. Wow. He's got 3 minutes, but by the looks of things, he's well under control. It's plated. Now he's just cleaning up for the judges' stands. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've got some stuff now in the, kind of missed what was going in there, but let's check in with Chef Salvatore Irwin to find out what he put in the oven.
Yeah, Chef Salvatore is cleaning the station, getting ready to put the finishing touches on his plate up. He's got his tzatziki here. He's got some lobster meat.
Lobster marinated in clam vinaigrette.
Lobster marinated in clam vinaigrette, okay. He has some zucchini sauteing on the induction burner, and we still have our mussels that are, you know, drowning in this beautiful pickled liquid here. Yeah.
2 minutes, Chef O'Shea.
2 minutes for Chef O'Shea.
Yeah, that's his time.
Yeah. You've got 7, Chef.
Yeah, you got 7 minutes. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful plate. And we talked about it before. We'll say it a number of times throughout the weekend. You eat with your eyes. And if this plate is any indication, your eyes are going to be full because that's a beautiful plate. Presentation, execution is incredible, Chef. Well done. I'll even give you a pass for being a Yankees fan on that one. I like it. I like it.
1 minute, Chef.
1 minute, Chef. He's all ready, though. He's all ready, so we got just under 6 minutes left for our final competitor. So, Chef, you finished early. You finished confident. It's a beautiful plate. Were you happy with what you tried to execute, that you were able to translate it into your dish today?
I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it.
Yeah, good, because sometimes when we're cooking, we have an idea in our head, and it doesn't come out exactly like we want. And not to say that it's going to be bad or different or anything. It's just not what you envisioned, but you're happy with this plate and how you envisioned it.
Yes, absolutely. Better than I envisioned it.
Aha! I love it. I love it.
You can go now,
Shane,
Rob.
we're real glad that you were able to join us in PEI. We welcome you, sir. All the way from Delaware, ladies and gentlemen. And time now to present your plates to the judges, Chef O'Shea Lally. So going down, we've got some components going down in that fresh tzatziki. All right. Let's take these creations to the judges.
Okay, chef, calm, cool, and collective. Lots of, you did a lot of detail in the last few minutes. Tell the judges and the crowd what you've done.
So basically, I just kept it simple. I didn't do too much to the seafood, just cooked it properly. I made a cream base, try to do a traditional base for the traditional side of the clam chowder. And then I kind of kicked it up a notch and went over to New York and made it to an angry Manhattan. So you got a little spice there, not too much. Finished it off with a little lime zest and lemon zest on the other side. And also there's a pan-fried potato. We fried it in bacon grease. And we put a little bit of pickled onion on top of that. Our leeks are roasted with a Dijon sour cream. And that's pretty much it.
Keep it simple. That's nice, chef. Well done.
Chef Irwin, it's nice to see chefs that compete in these competitions, over the years and come back and because they have such an appreciation for the craft, for your craft, for being a chef, and how difficult these competitions are. Previous competitor of this competition, Chef Nick Chandamo, sorry, Chef, is here to visit. Hello, Chef Nick. I always tell this story about Chef Nick. I was hosting a competition at Restaurants Canada, and one of the things was no waste. That was kind of the theme, is that we try and reduce the amount of waste that we have when we're cooking, because so many have so little that why waste what we use, So Chef Nick, as every chef does, they have a waste bucket that they put their components in. But Chef Nick's, when he was done of his dish, he took his waste bucket and put it on his head like a hat. There wasn't one speck of waste. The peelings from the carrots, everything went in. He roasted them, used them as garnish. Absolutely amazing. So Chef Nick, I appreciate your talent.
Incredibly impressive,
checking things out.
Well done, chef.
So we're under 2 minutes for the pride of PEI's North Shore in St. Peter's Bay. Chef Salvatore, no pressure. His wife's got a sign, up all night making it. This is what I was telling you about before, folks. Take a look at the monitors. Chef Stevie's getting that. So those are potato, and they're grilled on the top and bottom to make it look like a scallop. Just a nice little play on the potato. Very well done. You cook them off, and then you finish cooking them either in the oven or you parboil them before you put them down on the plate. It's really unique. I love what he did on those. And then the fresh tzatziki. He's got the butter poached lobster. Very well done. Behind you, chef.
1 minute.
All right, Chef Sal, come on, folks. Let's hear it for all the competitors here. All right, using those tongs for placement. We got 30 seconds left. When Sharon puts that arm up in the air, you better believe we are done of this competition for the initial heats. All 12 showed up. All 12 gave it their best. And 6 will move on to the semifinals tomorrow in 10, 9, 7,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's done. All the way from St. Peter's Bay in the Mesa Spa, ladies and gentlemen, Chef Salvatore.
Presentation, yeah.
All right, Chef Salvatore is going to present his plate to the judges. I just snuck a bite of Chef O'Shea's lobster. It was good. And Chef Irwin, hand the microphone over to Chef Salvatore.
Chef Sal.
And you can explain
dish.
your dishes.
What we have here, chefs, is I'm really fond of the scallop. I think scallops are super, super sweet. And being here in beautiful Prince Edward Island, we got to showcase our beautiful island potatoes. So what I did was do a potato fondant just to try and showcase a little diversion. It looks like a scallop on the plate, but it's beautifully poached potato, and I poached it while my lobster is poaching, get all that extra flavors and herbs. We have wonderful tzatziki sauce, just keep it light and fresh. Trying to pick a lot of flavors that go with fish and with shellfish traditionally. Obviously we have that butter poached lobster, beautiful. I used the roe in the sauce. What I did was after we steamed all the mussels, I got all that beautiful rich sweet juice, just reduced it all the way down, added in some lobster roll, a little bit of this and that, and then just have a little glaze. There's not a lot of it. It's very potent. That's what I really want. I really want you to taste that rich Prince Edward Island seafood. It'll also help with salt content in the dish. And for the crab, I just made a little crab cake with the remnants of the potato. I stuffed one of the potatoes with the crab, just warmed that up a little bit just to showcase the little crab cake there. And we have some wonderful garnished pickled mussels, some pickled red onions just for it to all go together. And I just want to thank you for this opportunity. Really, thank you.
Thank you, Chef. Well done.
Wow.
Wow, wow.
A lot of components. And these chefs did a heck of a job, Erwin.
Absolutely. This heat was really intense as well, as was the first one.
And now the heat is on these three.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? They have to break down each
difficult.
plate.
They understand the seriousness of this and how much each chef, the effort that was put into each plate, and it's going to be tough.
Very tough. And we talked about it before in the pointing system. I mean, it's the use of the shellfish. It's the use of the mandatory ingredients. It's how they presented their plate. It's taste. It's all those things that are combined. Each palate up there is very different. All of our palates are different. These chefs created amazing dishes. They're trying to dissect them right now and come up with the 6 top plates.
Yeah, and I mean, although some of the chefs earlier today or even today, they didn't use all 5, I mean, technique has a lot to do with it as well. I mean, that's a skill set as well. All those judges can identify that, so yeah, he's scratching his head already. He's, it's tough.
He's from the West Coast. We'll just pat him on the head, call him pretty, and move him on. He's all good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. That's Heat 2. We're going to be back tomorrow with the semifinals. The top 6 chefs are going to be competing for a chance to cook on Sunday and a shot at $10,000. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for Chef Erwin, I'm Rob Barry. Let's direct your attention to the front of the stage, and we're going to get the largest kitchen party in Atlantic Canada kicked off. Give it up. Let's hear it for Boys in the Kitchen.
Pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about half-past dead. Just find a place where a man might lay his head. Say, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load on Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. I picked up my bag, I went looking for a place to hide. Then I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side. I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I got to go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load on Fanny, take a load for free. Take take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Go down, Miss Moses, there's nothing you can say. It's just old Luke, and Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Anna Lee? Said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep Anna Lee company? Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Crazy Chester followed me, and he caught me in the fog. Said, I will fix your act if you take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, no, I'm a peaceful man. Said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can? Yep. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Get your cannonball now to take me down the line.